There's not many guarantees in life, however we have two for you here at ESL One. NIP will see the Lanxess crowd and a North American team will too. Liquid and OpTic are about to do battle in a best of one for a spot in the playoffs. Freiburg and YNK residing alongside myself, Machine, and yeah, let's talk North American CS. That's always an adventure. We'll start of which is kind of seems to be eluding us so far. We haven't had too much time to discuss it, and admittedly, we don't necessarily now, Yanko, but I want to open with you. OpTic have come from a harrowing set of defeats. Hayes saying, I joined the team, we can't win anything, to Tarek, I'll try and lead.
It seems like these two teams, like OpTic is on the way down and Liquid is on the way up, and they're now meeting somewhere in between, basically, because, you know, OpTic, ever since Stanislav actually departed from OpTic to Team Liquid, they were struggling to find an in-game leader, struggling to find a stable fifth player, and they've been on the decline. Liquid, on the other side of things, constantly improving since that change, added twists into the roster, had some good results, making playoffs at a couple of LAN tournaments. Unfortunately, both of these teams were unable to make the major qualifiers. So in addition to NIP being 3-0, the biggest surprise for me is OpTic being on the brink of also making the playoffs, because they've had some very, very poor performances in Bucharest last weekend.
No, absolutely, and it seems so hard to explain. Perhaps you can, fresh from having a mouse and keyboard in your hand on stages, I can ask you, how on earth does this happen? You yourself experienced it. You have a bad event, and then suddenly, two sleeps in a hotel bed, and you guys are beating teams you couldn't before.
Tell me about Dubai 2015.
We've done that.
We've been there. Yeah, we've been there. But I think it's more like they kind of realized. I think the big goal for this summer was probably to qualify for the major, right?
Sure.
I think it's most likely every player's dream to play in a major. Now, they did not make it, so did not Liquid, so they're just going all out here. I know that OpTic, they changed their in-game leader to Tarek before this event. I still think he is, and I think that's just loosening up the mood for the team. I think they're just trying to have a bit fun, trying to come in with a different mindset maybe than I'm pretty sure they felt a lot of pressure. I mean, at the major qualifier. I mean, you're qualifying for a very big event, and now they are at a big event, and they're just trying to easing it up a bit, I think.
I guess sometimes it just comes down to human beings and how you do handle pressure. Some better than others, and now it's a complete weight off their shoulders. Maybe things change now when the reality sets in, just how close you are to some arena Counter-Strike. That's right. One game, one map, and we need to know what that map is. We'll bring up those vetoes. We are speeding up the process to get these guys, because they are already chomping at the bit to find out who gets that ticket.
This is interesting. They played at the Pro League Finals in the same group, and it was down to Nuke. And Liquid completely dismantled OpTic, 16-5 win, and we see now that OpTic decides to veto the map. It's not one of their stronger maps. They're probably feeling like Liquid doesn't play that much either.
Sure.
But this opens up actually a number of maps that Liquid is very strong on, because these teams, to an extent, share the map pool. And Cobblestone is a map, for example, that's probably the strongest one for Liquid. They didn't get to play it for a very, very long time, actually, because it's mostly been Swiss best of one, and people veto it out. But we actually see here, OpTic, probably fueled by that performance against North in their opening game, are willing to let the map go through. So a good pick for Liquid, most definitely. I said, like, they didn't get to play it for a very long time in official games. That actually might be a bad thing for them. They don't have, like, official game practice on the map, despite it probably being their strongest one.
Yeah, we get to see those odds nice and quick as well from Betway. These guys have been providing us with them for each game, and I can't quite see them due to a dark screen, but maybe we can get them in our ears.
I'll tell you, I won't even look at it. Liquid is the favorite.
Liquid is the favorite. I think I just got a flash of it. It's like 1.5 to 2 points something. So we can definitely accept Liquid. Liquid are the favorites, but OpTic, of course, 2 upsets already. Maybe that third is on the cards. I think we should just jump straight into this one without further ado, because I always want to see if this OpTic storyline seriously does realize itself, or if Liquid can make the best of a bad situation. Sure, just demoralized about the major qualifier, but an opportunity now to at least get to that arena and get a taste of what they have to look forward to in their Counter-Strike careers. Your casters are ready, Liquid and OpTic are ready. Let's jump in once again with Henry G and Sado.
Thank you so much. Yes, we're sort of ready. We're going to get back into it at the very least. I like your jumper, Alex. And let's take a look at your screen, Hank. What are things looking like for Liquid and OpTic?
We're going to have a look. It is Cobblestone indeed. OpTic starting on the T side. We're going to have 4 sets of armor. Tarek with the P250, Smoke and Flashbang. And we'll have a look as to where this one goes. Normally towards the B site, you would not commonly say. OpTic, 3 towards drop down, 2 towards the upper platform right now, and a 4-man stack from the CT side on the bomb site here. Going to be an A-side approach. Flashbang coming in momentarily.
shot on top to Stanislaw as Nitro go back into Derek. Twist finds Nap, but down inside of the side already. Elish has the platform to work with. JDM's trying to fire through smoke. It's a bit of a brawl as they wrap around each other. It looked expecting, and then with Rush on 6 HP, he still manages to find a kill on Nitro. JDM has full HP, but a minute and 12 after that very awkward and fast exchange means that Rush can head anywhere with the bomb, and if he hits another wonder shot as he just did toward Long, he may pick up the round.
Definitely got a chance here, but with 6 HP, it's going to have to be a genius play coming in from the young man. JDM, though, no kits. He's on the B bomb side for now. So bomb going down for Rush. Certainly going to be likely at this stage. Almost certain now as he makes his assault onto the bomb side itself. 45 seconds remaining. JDM just biding his time. Picks up a kit as well. Bomb will be planted. Here we go. And now it's up to Rush. He needs to find himself a very clever position and be brave in terms of, does he allow to JDM to go for the full defuse? Fake it out a bit. I think he has to touch the bomb at least, but JDM has information he's low. Probably can be anticipating that play.
Rush at stables. JDM's going to watch and wait for this to be tapped. This is where we just talked about his excellent aim. And Rush, he's going to take the chance, and he's got it. 6 HP. He wins a 1 versus 2 when he was between 2 players. JDM failed to kill him at the first chance. And then just like that, OpTic still managed to win the round.
Just about. Rush was 6 HP there. Dueling JDM. Had to be brave, allow that fake defuse to come in there. Bought himself some time, JDM checking every crevice of the map and then gets his head blown off there. Very impressive round from OpTic overall. We go into number 2 here. UMP, this is going to be a force buy for Liquid. The Eagles, CZs as well. JDM, of course, on the full eco. And we've got a scout for Nafly. Okay. Quite a rifle focus buy here from OpTic. The 2 AKs, a Galil as well. Hayes got that Mac 10, of course, looking to farm some cash. Throw him to the bomb side first. Hope for the best. We'll see if it works out for him. You can see them spread out, though. Nafly, Hayes, and Rush patrolling B-halls on top of middle as well. Nafly looking for any sort of stack. All push towards middle. Stanislaw, the player with the Desert Eagle, top of middle. It's going to be a B focus, of course, from the CTs. Towards drop down is Nitro and Twist. JDM and Liege working the upper platform here.
Working it and trying to hold it. AKs in play. The fact that Rush, man, who saved the last round, who was the hero of everything, he's going to walk in from the smoke. He's the second one in. JDM behind the statue, going to try and fire up toward the platform. He's looking at his teammate a lot closer as well. It's Nitro that's gotten the kill and gotten away. They know he's down below the broken wall, but they don't exactly know where to look. And Twist, he's not sure he can leave the drop room yet, so it's Liquid that, despite getting killed, doesn't quite have position. It's down to Stanislaw as a result, but he's got a kill with a deagle from far. It's 1 versus 1, and he's got another. He's got Tarek as well. What a round. 1-1 as they steal it back from OpTic.
Stan the man stepping up there, the Desert Eagle. His first 2 frags into the game. Very impactful to say the least. Desert Eagle headshots there, and it's going to be Liquid 1-1. They pull the round back. That was the force buy. Bit of a gamble on the CT side, but one that pays off for sure. OpTic going to be forcing from what I can see in return. Tech-9s across the board, 5 sets of armor as well. Smoke, flashbangs, and Molotov to work with. And we get into round number 3 here. Okay then, what's the play? 1 smoke. Pushing in towards long A. Here's the Rush. Stanislaw will be falling back. He's got the AK-47, so doesn't have to overcommit here. Players can drop down as well. So long A control established at least by OpTic. Got a lot of work to do here though. It's Tarek with the 1 smoke, so keep our eye on him. He's actually on the B side of the map for now as well. So how did he help his team out? He definitely can smoke connector, but at what point does he do it? Needs to maybe show presence, maybe go drop down and split behind them. And luckily he finds more than 1 frag, even 1. Round number 3. OpTic Gaming now making their final approach towards the A side from what I can see. So that smoke will be used towards connector, maybe balcony. I would say it's the former more than likely. Flash over, maybe Molotov as well. Here we go, the final commitment coming in.
Twist behind the pillar. Hear them going toward A, gets the information as well from his teammates. Go behind the vent. Meanwhile, we'll get Stanislaw, Twist. Rotation as he drops back down, will swing out not only find Mixwell, but Tarek as well. As Nitro falls, it's Twist to take out Hazed.
Quite a clean round there from Liquid overall. Rifles in hand, managing to keep 3 players alive. OpTic the force buy, not really finding them too much. as we get into round number 4. Has to be the full eco at this point. Just clocks, nothing invested whatsoever, Matt. It's going to be quite the simple round for Liquid, aiming to keep 5 players alive. They've got JDM on the MP9 as well, obviously going to be getting the AWP out at some point. So he'll be able to farm some cash here, potentially. Smokes down towards drop down, nades in as well. Terrorist though focusing, well, from what I can see, towards A for now. Sanastor backed up by Nitro. Surely they don't get anything from this. They're going to try and get some long air control, wait for the smokes to go down at the start. Twist just with the Tech 9. Well, the new additions, I have to say. And he's been impressive. He's had up and down. He's not been 100% consistent, but the games he shows up, right, he looks electric. Van Dolken himself. Quite a fan, I have to say.
Nitro. Down toward the bottom of mid. Up here as they get closer. Liege, meanwhile, stays at B. He's not going to rotate just yet. He may not need to. Nitro's got 3 kills of his own. It's been a while since he's had a masterclass game. These two teams, believe it or not, after not qualifying for the major, will be going through, just like NIP has, as Stan closes out Mixwell 3-0, or excuse me, 3-1. 3 in a row, though, for Liquid.
Yeah, absolutely. What a turnaround for these two teams after having the major qualifier. Making it to the players. One of them's guaranteed to get through. JDM sticks on the MP9. I didn't think that would be the case. Okay, then. Doesn't go for the AWP. Definitely can afford one. But opt to above a bit more utility and stay on the SMG. Going towards middle, might be trying to sneak through here. He actually tried, oh my god, this is deadly from him. What was he thinking? Out to the open, the flashbang was okay, but he's got the MP9, so even 5 players couldn't really do much about it. Gives his kill away for 3, takes Tarek down to 6 HP. Liege, up a platform hold. See if we can get anything done here. OpTic with the man advantage for now. Smoke's available. Flashbangs as well. Keeping that good form up, can only find one though, gets hazed, but Nafly instantly replies, keeps the advantage here, but look at the HP, Tarek and Naf. One bullet will take either of them down. Let's look at the final commitment here. We have 1 smoke for Connector, going to get some drop down control as well. Mixwell to lead that charge. Flash goes in. Can he find anything with it?
Mix in the drop room. Just shoot Tarek. Kill him. Move it on. I'd do it. Dive into the E box. They've got to run through it. They actually get smoked off in time. Then it won't do as much damage, but damage is still being dealt. It's Naf with 9 HP. Still manages to find Nitro. We've seen Rush win around with single-digit HP so far. Similar situation that he had the bomb and vacated the B site to run away as well. The Liege will have to try and track him down. It's another situation that could be winnable in the fact that he'll create space and distance to get a setup.
Almost identical. This time they have weaponry. Naf, low HP. Bomb goes down. It was Rush to Victor before. I like this from Naf though. Most players would assume that he'd be going towards long A, but at least they're nice and quick. Seems to think the bomb site is still a possibility here. Encroaches towards the APC. Of course, he has got the kit flashbang available as well. Nafly hasn't moved from that back right corner. Took a bit of a risk considering balcony is fully exposed. We'll keep his crosser there for now. Time ticking away. Elise needs to make his final move. Presumably will check this corner. Can flash it first if he really wants to. Not likely. Pre-fire perhaps. Spots him, takes him down. Very good stuff there from Elise. Calm and disciplined. Didn't give much away. No footsteps and will give the full defuse as well. Time to perfection there. And it will be Liquid extending their lead as we enter round number 6. 4-1's the overall scoreline. And it's going to be the bomb down for OpTic. After winning the pistol 4 rounds in a row for Liquid. And we have to mention as well, Tarek apparently is the in-game leader now, taking over from Hayes, who of course was the coach as well. You'd think he would stay in-game leader, he's the coach of the team. That was like a dream, right? Obviously, fragging potential is always going to be a bit of a problem in that scenario as well, but it's a little bit of a strange setup in that sense, but it has been working for them. We can't argue the results so far.
Set for the smokes toward the B site. OpTic with Tech 9s. He's going to take out Mixwell as Rush takes back Elise. JDM. Chicken Coop finding 2 before they put him down. They don't really have lots to work with, to be fair, other than the Tech 9s, but they're still making it work. Tarek gets closer. Not close enough for a bomb plant. We go 5-1 for Liquid.
Trying the full smoke execution there towards the B side. 3 smokes to be exact. doesn't really work out for them. They're trading frags, but then at least stepping up tremendously there with the M4. 5-1. Bomb did not get planted, so it's still with the maximum loss bonus. We'll see whether they can actually get a full buy-in. They can indeed. It's going to be mixed well with the AWP. 3 kills to his name so far. 4 AKs. TheFatRat with just 1 smoke here. What's the play? We said the game leader. Tested at this point. Doesn't really get much going on the gun rounds whatsoever. Nitro holding towards middle. Stanislaw at long A. He's just got a nade down in hand trying to open things up, but Hayes is coming in his direction. Good nade. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's pretty much a slam dunk.
Damage, yeah.
Just gonna head out. Blinded off at the immediate moment that he walks into the corner toward the stack of hay, but smoke down at the archway. He's not gonna go much further anyway, so the flash doesn't really do much other than deter the peak. OpTic need to take advantage of this lead and push it through the rest. Push it all the way out of the site, convert. 2 toward the drop room. 1 still on A, but it doesn't look to be an A split as Hayes takes over the bales to use it in reverse. Decent angle, wouldn't expect it to be there. Nitro does trade it back. That'll confirm they'll head toward the B site. AWP to hold the angle as they drop down, and Rush will watch the E-box passive hold from Liquid as they start to rotate back over to B.
4 on 3. Nitro low from the exchange with Hayes. She will finish up towards the A side. We're going to see maybe an A split here as they go through the window. TheFatRat's dropped by Nitro. That's a low HP player down though. 2 still for OpTic.
Yeah, clean sight.
Yeah.
Rush will confirm it. Yeah, smart as well. I was going to say I'd like to see him stay on the balcony. That way if he does get the confirmation it's clean, he can go back and get a better angle to cut off the rotations. The split they wanted at the very start of the round didn't really work, but time allowed it, and they get there in the end. It's save from Liquid, or is it a go time? Because remember, it's 5 in a row. Any kill they get is going to help, but at the same time, money's not amazing for Liquid, given how close the rounds have been. So they'll back off early.
Yeah, money is a bit of a problem. Definitely a few tight situations for them. 2 players up there. You'd think they'd maybe go a bit further than that, but once JDM gets legs through the door, he's got down to 14 HP. He'll just fall back there. It's a very difficult scenario in itself. You've got the man disadvantage there. Bombs down on the A site. You've got no utility to work with apart from that incendiary. Save the AWP. Save the AK-47 as well. You can probably just about squeeze out a buy in the next round. It won't be amazing. $1,400 per player. So we can have UMPs, maybe 1 M4 dropped as well to go along. And Twist and JDM save weaponry there. OpTic though looking better. Slow round in towards the A splits. Hayes opening frags up towards long A as well, showing presence outside of the map. Open bomb site when they came in, and not really much to see you could do about that in terms of a retake. So will this be the full commitment in terms of investment? I don't think it's going to be. You can see about 2k per player. Some upgraded pistols, but no armor purchased. Down to JDM. Pressure on his shoulders this time, and of course Twist as well with the AK. Going towards middle. This makes sense. Flashed off though, JDM used the pretty standard smoke peek towards top and middle, didn't get anything forward, didn't even spot anyone, it's got flashed off, and it's going to be a B play from Rush and Kurtz with the bombers as well. The damage done with that nade. Stanislaw down to 15 HP.
Let's just go both directions to be fair. They're backing off of it. This is a fake and they're going to leave Tarek to sell it. Gets in closer, he's going to have to make noise sooner. No stack was there with the pistols, the partial buy around that of the AK carried over in the AWP. It's straightforward as OpTic have at least done enough to delay the rotations. Tarek didn't exactly make noise or get kills, but they've got the A site covered off. Naf firing in through the vent, can't get an opener. Backs off to get the reload instead, and I think an AK up is still enough for Liquid to try and save. They've lost the AWP, however.
They did. JDM taken down by himself. There's a full A fake there coming in from OpTic. Smokes all over the B site, very quickly falling back and managing to find the open side. So they took the JDM down as well. That's the AWP dropped. Might as well deny them any further money in terms of frags and keep these upgraded pistols. They've got Twist on the AK defuse kit as well. They're not going to get much for this. I think Tarek's waiting in the doldrums towards the B sites. He's at the upper platform, seeing if anyone decides to fall back or maybe go hunting. There's a shot guaranteed for him. Takes on Stanislaw. Holds a different line as well. 5 on 3 now.
Terrorists win.
Elysian Nitro saving the CZs, but they still should be able to buy into this round, I think. They've got a saved AK, and yeah, here come the M4s. So OpTic now with 2 in a row. Liquid on the rope still in terms of their economic situation. So Twist saves the AK 2 rounds in a row. JDM certainly will not have an AWP here. They're not fully committing once again. I can see Nitro still on 4k. This sticks with his CZ. Those are the 2 saved pistols there. So that's the play. Some body armor here. OpTic with a great chance to tie things up as we enter round number 9.
Long they go. Flash goes back through the arch. Meanwhile, over toward B's. Timing off, trying to fire out a shot toward the statue, and JDM emerges through the smoke, as Stanislaw does at long A. He'll take down Hayes. Mixwell, good shot from the Op to find Stan in return, but it's 3 versus 4, and it favors Liquid, who didn't exactly start off with money in the round.
An advantage for Liquid. Elise with the rifle as well. He's in the B bomb site. In terms of the terrorist setup right now, we have Rush. He's sort of surely making his way through long A. Of course, Mixwell with the AWP watching middle as well, hoping someone makes a mistake here. But Nitro, the danger man with the CZ in hand, could take Rush down. Oh, that was the chance. Gives the position away, doesn't land any damage just yet.
It's found by Nitro again. The pistols, I have to say, from Liquid have been decent in terms of breaking down the bank of OpTic, if nothing else. They'll keep the AWP and the AK in play. AWP for Mixwell, which is just getting closer to A now, as JDM and Elise both have guns picked up. JDM no armor. Rush is low enough that one shot would do it anyway, so if he gets the shot before the aim punch hit, it won't matter about headshot or not. As Elise, gonna get pushed out from cannons. Good play. And smart for Mixwell as well to turn off the AWP. Go to the AK, and that's why. Good shot, but JDM steps up again. He's the one without the armor, but Rush is the one that's low. The headshot apparently does matter. Rush finds it first.
Yeah, JDM was assuming he goes toward the bomb site at that point, tries to cross over, but the APC angle working out very nicely for the low HP player there. Rush, once again, up against JDM. We saw it in the pistol round as well. Very similar situation. It was Rush at low HP, JDM with the advantage as well. Gets his head blown off. That's round number 10. Liquid still have the lead, but 3 rounds in a row now for OpTic. Money's starting to get broken down. They didn't fully invest in the last previous round. They're trying to balance things out with some upgraded pistols and saved weaponry. JDM has the orb once again, but Elise down to an MP9. Best situation for some of the been saying the best NA player we have right now.
Some would say. I would say the best NA player we have right now is probably from Brazil.
Well, yeah.
You get what I mean?
Sure. From that region.
Then maybe Spain. Possibly Australia. Might even put Serbia in there.
Possibly.
And then maybe the NA gets the NA claim. Smoke top drop, Rush behind it, twist below. Two. Molotov down, twist knows what's coming, so he's going to position accordingly, but rather than try and hold off of the window and get an angle, he gives it up completely, so he'll go passive again. He plays door Taz style. Watch to make sure they don't get in toward connector, but they have to watch from Rock to see if anyone's going to get closer. No one's really at Rock. In fact, they've got KFC and statues, so there's quite a big open gap by which this AWP in particular, getting down drop, could be punishing in that it would cover the entire back line of the B site. It's off into the stairs. Rush is out, Twist is inside of him. He's rotated back and he's called for the A player instead, so he does get to Rock. That's what they needed to do. And he steps up to find Mixwell. JDM with only one. Naf goes down. Elige finding the kill. Decent hold from Liquid. All 5 stay alive. They go 6-4.
Yeah. Very good recovery there from Liquid after losing 3 rounds in a row. The B site looks strong. Zeus doesn't look too happy just yet, but watching up and down. Impressed with that one. I think we all are. Double orb setup coming for Liquid now. Nitro. I guess he's technically the secondary orb for this team. It's not too often you see them fall back onto it. They do pick up the orb from the other side, and they have the lead for now on the CT side. It's definitely a terrorist map still, not as much as it used to be. Nitro will be heading towards the A side of the map, backing up Stanislaw, who has been doing decent damage and fighting trades. Not completely running away with that side of the map, but Nitro for now in towards danger. And it's all 5 players for OpTic on this side of the map as well. Flashbangs coming, go for that mid control. Nitro has to fall back, smoked out of position. Going to a different setup here, hold a different line. It's going to be a very fast play here from OpTic. Complete change of pace.
How does he miss twice from that position? I thought, decent try, okay, bad luck. Is he a goat in there somewhere? I'm not sure. He misses and then gets taken down. Now it's going to take out Stanislaw. It leaves us 2 versus 2 at the very least, and fortunately for JDM, he's got eyes on bomb, but that's very easy to smoke off. I anticipate the fact that smoking it off means it's also going to be picked up, and relies on Elige's great positioning, therefore, to catch off the next kill. He'll get ready toward Romeo. There's no backpedaling now, as apparently that op's broken. It missed again after it was picked up.
Yeah, some big misses there from Nitro, I have to say, as I mentioned. Not really known to be an AWPer. Sometimes, I guess, it falls under the roll. out of necessity. He picks up the AWP in the previous round and can't hit those shots, but rescued there by Elise. Nice flank from him. They're very confident. OpTic tried to change the pace there. It wasn't really fast enough for me. They got the mid control, and they didn't seem to be going together. It needs to be going out as a 5-man unit, trading frags left, right, and centre. And after missing those shots, you'd think they'd just explode on the bomb site. Bomb goes down in front of the connector, though, and starts to become a bit of a mess for them. Just pistols now. 7-4 for 12, and JDM, bit of a shooting gallery there now, keeps himself up. And Nitro with an MP9, long range, of course, against the other players. It's a bit more effective. 5-on-3, nothing really invested by OpTic into this one. Looking very likely to be 8-4 here. Liquid seem to be the stronger team for now. After losing the pistol as well, they did get the second round force fire in their favour. Now 3 players up, just with 2 Glocks and a PT-50 from Rush. Bit of a shame if Liquid give anything away at this point. Just hold up, have the crossfires on the bomb site, and allow your kind of situation to grow.
Tarek's going to be patient. Bomb in his hand, but highly doubt anyone's going to push out toward long at this point. There's no need to. Stan's read the economy very well, because not only does he have the MP9, but because of that he's called to sit back, so. And let them get close, but not too close. And Smart Stan's the one that's actually playing the tighter angle. Money built for him. 2 quick headshots. Walk in that long all you like, Tarek. Down he goes to Nitro.
There it is.
Good calls from Liquid, I have to say.
Yeah, they're looking pretty solid here on the CT side. 3 rounds in a row for them. Quite back and forth. There was a spell of 3 for OpTic as well. After winning the pistol, got 4 in total. MP9 for Nitro. Surely not going into round number 13 with that. You've got 8k on JDM. You've got 7 on Elige. Is this the right play? I'm not so sure. There's only be a couple of rounds after this one. I think you definitely want to upgrade that, but he's going to be sticking on the MP9. Let's see if it comes back to haunt him. Presumably he'll be holding something like the boost position along A. Towards that area right now, joining Stanislaw, the M4, and I'm interested as to why he wouldn't invest at least to a rifle. Be baited into the corner, so there is some sort of method of this madness, and he actually gets a frag as well. It's working out quite nicely, but Natfly shuts him down. Potentially, if he had the rifle there, could have worked out a little bit nicer for them. Do damage to Natfly, still a 3-on-3. Naf down to just 2 points of health. Bomb down as well along A, so CT start to adjust. Do they push anywhere else? It's going to be JDM. AWP watching drop down as well. That's a difficult position for him. Smoked out. Bomb recovered as well, so OpTic definitely still within a shadow this round. Flashbang's decent, Elise drops. And JDM now on the backstab gets 1, trying to finish the second with the PT-50. Decides to draw the AWP, and now Twist in a perfect position to shut them down. He's still at A.
Now with 2 HP. Not much he's going to do here either. Liquid will go up to 9 rounds. Great start to them on the CT side of Cbble. Gonna do much. Might catch JDM off considering he's got the AWP. Not even that. Turns to find it. 9-4.
Nice shot by JDM there. 2 in total for him. And we did say the MP9 was a bit dicey there. It certainly proved to be so as he goes around the corner, finds 1 kill. Natfly sprays them both down. Aggression from the CT side. That's quite a rare thing to see on Cobblestone. That angle, not favourable with the CTs to even challenge it whatsoever. Equal exchange comes down to the 3-on-3. But Team Liquid holding strong, especially Twist. Not moving from the A bomb site. Gets the key frag, and JDM with the final one as well. Looking quite strong that round, I have to say. Not a force buy here, but OpTic do have pistols and smokes. You normally go towards B here, wall of smoke, try and get that plant down. And we'll see if that comes in. Round of 14. They could have been double digits. Very likely they get that. But JDM now at the chicken coop. Want to be smoked out. They can't Molotov him, but we'll see whether they can on the first couple of kills here.
JDM, good shot on OpTic starting off from KFC. Oof. The pistol will get him back though as he rushes him down. That's because of the wall of smokes and how deep in they are. Look at the flashes over. Tarek does 2 with the pistol back to the AK picked up, realizes that's out of ammo. M4 instead, whatever works. Doesn't work. Stan gets him back, but damage done. Yeah. Going to be planted. Naf's the only one to have picked up a gun. It's the only other one that was near the site, and it is the AWP as they boost for the reverse, but Hayes is ready for this. That's a kill. Whoa, or is it? Low HP for Stan, as that's why he was the one who tried to boost. Nitro, excuse me, will have to back off. It's OpTic that will get their 5th round. Better now than not at all, because the money's still tight. This will give them a bye on round 15 and potentially a 9-6 half.
It will indeed. What a round that was. The problem is for Liquid there, JDM at the chicken coop at least dropped with the first play, and JDM, you can see how segregating that play is. That's what it's designed to do, cut the bomb site in half. The CT's rotating in, can't back up the AWP. JDM gets one kill, then overwhelmed by the P250s in Tech 9s. Tarek as well, assertive stuff, pushes through the smoke, just gunning them down with that P250. There's lots of wallbang damage as well through the door. And we go to round number 15. OpTic might deny double digits here. They've got a nice full buy here. Same story for Liquid though. 15. Tarek taking a lot of damage at the very start. Next one, the AWP looking to see if any CTs decide to push up, get a bit aggressive here. Doesn't happen. JDM not a chicken coop this time. Maybe learn his lesson. Hold behind a statue. Flashbang's coming in. Tarek's out on the bomb site, but taken down by Twist. He gets 2. That's very nice stuff from him. 3 in total. Oh my god, Twist is actually lighting them up, but Hayes and Mixwell fighting back here.
On 24 though, watch Elige smoke down in front. He's got a massive gap, but the flash was timed accordingly, and hence why, so they could jump across. Get taken down anyway. 10-5, Liquid take the lead, and with 6 more rounds, they'll be able to get themselves into the playoffs, join NIP as the first 2 teams through. But there's still something in it for OpTic. If they can win the pistol, they might have a comeback on the cards.
Yeah, impressive game from Liquid, I have to say. After losing the pistol, back and forth in mid stages, but they looked the better team overall. Some good performances there from Twist, Elige especially as well. And Rush, on the other hand, winning a couple of clutches for his teammates wasn't quite enough to get the half victory. We're going to take a quick break and see what the second half has in store for us.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here with JDMs on the sidelines at the MMC. These guys are gearing up to play OpTic a little bit later. 2-0 right now. Coming into this one, how's it feeling in the team?
I was feeling good. I mean, can't be worse than or better than 2-0 right now. So 2-0 is where we want to be, and we just want to get that third one so we can get to the corners and play in front of the crowd.
Absolutely. And we touched a little bit on playing in the crowd earlier when we were talking and catching up. But what is it like to have that sort of vibe when you guys are on the stage and playing in front of that many people?
Last year we were here for ESL Cologne for the major, and the crowd was amazing. That was like the best part of the tournament, I feel like. So, I mean, that's just what we want to do. We want to play in front of them again and get that atmosphere again. And Twist, he hasn't experienced it, so and same thing with Peter. So just want to do that for them, and because it's just amazing. The crowd is great, so that's the plan.
Well, 100% we will be seeing an NA team on that stage. But you say the major. Now, you guys didn't qualify for the major. Coming into this event, though, how important is Cologne with that?
I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up, but
my bad.
No, that's fine. Right now we're trying to just forget about that right now. It's a lot of disappointment, but we're trying to focus on this one and try to win it all because it's our last event before the players break. And yeah, just giving it our all for ESL Cologne.
You guys going up against OpTic here, obviously playing them in the region several times over the course of Pro League season here and there, obviously other tournaments. When you go to play them in a matchup here, is there a different sort of mindset? Do you have to use different strategy? What is the approach when playing in a rival, so to say?
It's just more of playing our own game. We know what they do, they know what we do. So it's kind of a mind game in that sense, but we just play how we normally play.
Well, I want to wish you the best of luck, and I hope you guys do take it all the way to the house.
Well, they're determined nonetheless, as JDM says. Good interview from Stunna that was obviously recorded earlier. It's not like he jumped out of the chair and run over there and do that mid-game. But we have a 10-5 scoreline. Liquid is in the lead. 6 rounds to go. They make it through to the playoffs. OpTic will go down to 2-1, but still have a great chance of making it through.
Yeah, of course. This is looking good for Liquid, though. 10 rounds on his CT half, that's great. Win this pistol, that's potentially 13-5. That could be game done. OpTic with the Julies, Matt. Have you ever seen anything like it? Not for a while, but they're out. Nafly, Jewel Elite on the CT side. I have no idea why he's doing that. Silence USP's overpowered as hell on this pistol round, but let's give it a go, see what he can do. I like it.
JDM's going to wait. Just the Glocks, obviously. I've gone for a smoke. 2 of them, in fact. 1 for Nitro, 1 for Twist.
Yeah. Holding up towards the A side of the map. Like we said, if they win this, should mean the game. Hayes actually exploring towards long A, and that exploration comes to an end, I'm afraid. Sanastorp shuts him down, and now they don't have to overcommit. CTs have to react to this. They need to get something out of this. They've lost all information. I'm not sure why Hayes would push that. That's so risky by himself. Holding up in that position towards the end of long A is great. You just think, right, nothing coming towards this area. Maybe just falls back to the bomb side, but Nafly now you can see him exploring himself as he gets towards middle with his aforementioned dual elites. That's kind of nuts. He obviously has a lot of spray potential. I'd rather a 5-7 and smoke myself, but he's gone for dualies and an HE.
Good job with the dualies. Oh, I was looking for the third. I was waiting for it. I thought the left hand had one in it at least.
Of course it works.
It does it though, because it's still traded back. Twist. Don't say anything. Twist. Go down to Rush. We get a 2 versus 2, but Rush inside of the vents. He gets pinched off. Stan's able to find him. Tarek in a 1 versus 2. We'll start to work with the USP in hand back toward this site. That's all he's got. No kit. He's gone with the armor, obviously, but no kit picked up yet. And if I'm not mistaken, actually, I was thinking that there wouldn't have been a kit because Naf went for the dualies.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out for him. 2 kills required. Making noise now as well. Has to start operating quickly. Sanastor knows it. Nade comes in. Doesn't do too much damage towards Tarek. Has to find these kills in the next like 5-6 seconds to have any sort of chance. Sanastor gets the kill. An interesting round. Not one I've seen before, I have to say. Julies in the pistol of a big game for playoffs as well. Quite rare. Here's the replay of it. It actually works quite nice. I guess in that particular scenario, it's the perfect weapon. Or weapons. Spraying them down. Close range. But like I said, the 5-7 does just as good a job and probably a little bit easier to handle when you get a smoke as well. But secret weapon foiled. Team Liquid do win the pistol. No force buy from OpTic in the second round. I do like that. Everyone knows that. Look at the bigger picture. Try and win it out in the gun round. So very unlikely to do anything with this one. Round number 17. Just P250s, 5-7s, 1 HG for Rush. Tarek has to fire some bullets there at the upper platform, but it's long A. As well, Liquid decide to go. JDM leading the charge as well with the UMP. Gets taken down by Hayes, surprisingly enough. They didn't use any smokes. You hate to see that. This is one of those rounds you need to be very careful on. Use your utility. Block off the key points of interaction and what's happening. This is really sloppy now from Liquid. I'm not sure what they're hoping to achieve, but still recoverable.
OpTic goes lower mid. P250 in hand. Excuse me, Mixwell. Just call him by his team name, that's fine. He is OpTic. Mixwell is OpTic. He is the entity of OpTic. Stan gets hazed, but Nitro follows up. Take down Mixed as well, so no trade back. It leaves us 3-3. They pull the situation level. The pistol's not going to be able to do much more. Ball continues to work toward the site. They'll get the plant from it. And we go to 12 potentially for Liquid. Decent boost. Haven't seen it in a while. Thankfully, no crossfire set from Romeo as well as the door. That could have been costly, but so far works out. Elise takes Naf. And Stan to follow up on Rush.
Yeah, I have to say, Liquid didn't look great there, map. After giving those first 2 frags away. Managed to recover towards the A side. The good news is that OpTic didn't recover any weaponry there, but walking into that long A position, sure, it's a bit unlucky. Nice shot from Hayes, but everyone's smoking towards the end of long A. When you get into control of it, then flashbangs in, smoke connector. That's the safest way to do it. Contact play can work, but didn't seem to be that efficient, but they get the round in regardless. OpTic now have another Rika here. P250's in the deagle. Hayes with the smoke, or I should say HE, beg your pardon. 13-5. Such a difficult scoreline to recover from the CT side of Cobblestone. We'll see what they can do with this one, OpTic. Fast they approach once again, and giving that first frag away is messy once more. But they find the frags that they've required.
Deagle. Oh, makes it work. Finds Twist, looks for another on the site, tags up on Liege. He's actually got him down to 50, but Stan has the other exit from the hut covered off as he goes through the vents, and we get 13 now for Liquid, but guns for OpTic. You're chuckling.
I'm just imagining what Zeus is going through his head right now. But I guess like on those sort of rounds and everything's on the line, I really think you just slow things down. Use the smoke to just go fast contact long A, and he only gets to talk in the timeout try. And he said that's a bit of a problem. When he can actually get in there and start calling, he can really help them out. And I think they just need to be a bit slower there. They can get away with it, so it's fine. Foul. Number 19. Nafly with the AWP, of course. I'm giving it to Mixwell, it seems. We seem to have a bit of a vitalization with that weapon recently, but not this round. JDM with the AWP himself, and he's actually working towards the platform for now. Boost it up.
Oh, I thought he was going to be able to spot him through the edge of that smoke.
That's some damage.
Time to toggle the X-ray for that. Well, that's the thing. He was so low. Tarek got caught on the way by.
Oh, I see.
So if he had been spotted through the edge of the smoke, that would have been the end of him. Tom won't spread. Don't be too careful on how you walk in, Tarek, because he's already low enough. Or Naf, excuse me, already low enough that that would take him down. He actually takes a bit of damage from it, but then falls away entirely. So back over to Ward A. Stan's gotten in behind. And the boost was there. Oh my goodness, Stan. The question is, there's a rotation coming in toward Romeo. Okay, good. He takes the shot right away, because if he stayed too far in the open to get the shot, it would have been found by Mixwell, but follows it is Mix to find Elige as Nitro trades it back. Stan has the site covered off for the bomb to enter, but they need to make sure they control the rotations as Nitro does. Leaves us with just a few OpTic players remaining in another round potentially for Liquid. This is the first gun as well. Yeah, they have to. They have to back off.
No kits. 14-5. Piece by piece, Liquid make their way through the map and finding kills as well. A bomb site completely overwhelmed. Mixwell got one frag, but that's all they get. Team Liquid look like a very efficient unit, I have to say. Nafly saving the AWP and Tarek and Rush with the M4s, but they seem out of their depth here on Cobblestone, I have to say. Winning the pistol in the first half as well. And he got 5 rounds on the board. Currently going to be 4-0 after this one. They do save weaponry though. Money should be okay, I guess, in that respect. That depends if they manage to save all 4 weapons, or 3. Nitro's coming in towards the B halls. Not going to get anything for it, I don't think. Rush is waiting towards drop down. They will indeed survive, but getting in touching distance of losing the game now. Very promising overall. Round number 20. You just go for a fast play now. You know they're going to be force buying around us. You have to force buy. Can't really do much with this.
Yeah, you have to. You could almost say it's kind of like you have to gamble, which you could do on Betway. The odds, 1 to 5.
Nice.
Thanks. You may need to make up some money that someone stole from you at some point. So, not a bad way. Nitro toward B. He's going to Molotov off the stairs. Nade goes in. Naf can't find the shot. Tried to do so quickly, and he'll extinguish the flames to make sure so for the damage and cuts off any access that they had behind them. Leaves us 5 aside, believe it or not. Quick exchange between 3 players, but no one down.
Naf down to 25 HP for sure. Can he recover this? With the AWP as well, you expect in this situation it'd be the weapon stepping up, but it's been stifled already. Firing off shots there. Speculative shots towards the platform. Doesn't get anything for it. It's normally Tarek that's known to bring that to the table. Getting a taste of his own medicine, perhaps. We hit the 1 minute mark. Split potentially coming in here. You can see mid-control from Elige and Sanistol, using very good smokes as well. Mixwell and Hayes on the other side, but so far so good. And there's the first kill for Rush. Something to work with here for OpTic. Elige, like we said, going to be doing what he can here. They can get this kill back on Hayes. That could be very good indeed. Hayes looks away at the wrong time. He's certainly going to be dropped. And there it is. The A site's going to be open. 1 player remaining. That's Mixwell. They want to work with just the SMG to hold it off.
Top ramp caught off though by Twist. We're going to go to map point shortly. Low at the HP.
Yep.
Now 25 versus 3. AWP, no kit. Yep. 15 rounds on Liquid. Playoff point, we'll call it. Why not? We'll dramatize it. We'll glorify it slightly.
Yeah.
Is in the cards.
Definitely playoff point against these 2 rivals from North America. Liquid certainly showing up today. OpTic a little bit uninspired, I have to say. Mixwell, he's been having a really rough season, right? Like, obviously when he first joined, looked amazing. Another really quiet game from him. 8 for 18. He's supposed to be the superstar of this team, right? He brought over from Spain and had some really amazing tournaments, but the last few, he just seems like he's done with this team. Like, he hasn't had good performances in quite a while. But the major qualifier was really rough for him again. You can see the tweets coming out on social media. They kind of just felt like it just wasn't working for him. He wasn't sure what the answer is. Didn't catch his other games on the B stream, but I'm sure he's been playing well, seeing they got to 2-0, but this is another quiet performance as we be casting him. AWP saves for Naf, but match point. 15-5, 10 in a row to force overtime. obviously have to buy into this with 6k. You can drop a couple of Famises perhaps. Fly, of course, got a decent spawn for B. Pause coming in from OpTic. No coach behind them. Obviously, Hayes was the coach. When Jason R left, he had to fill the spot. You know, it's not aware. It's a bit of a mess in that team right now. And
it is a bit of a mess. I mean, there's been rumors that this would be the last event, but it's kind of funny how even Freiburg said it with NIP, that, you know, when you have a great event, it can hold you together, but then is it really worth it? Are you just clinging at threads, or, you know, it's
well, yeah,
it's debatable in that sense.
It's still not a great event yet, right? Like, if they get to the playoffs, sure. They still can go...
Well, fair enough, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
2 and 3.
But it could be. It has the potential to be. It could be a misleading result in that sense, I guess, is a fair point of putting it, because it's definitely a chance they I guess with the Swiss system, the way things are going, the loose play style, they get more than perhaps they're worth.
We'll see what they can do. Potentially the last round here. A couple of Famises, a UMP. Like we said, the orb, not given to Mixwell now. Like I said, shocking game from him. Is this what we need to find that opening pick? ADM spots one player. That was Mixwell towards danger. No one landing a shot just yet, so he'll fall back towards middle. And let's all find through those smokes once again. One round will do it here for Liquid to find themselves in the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, is that the first team to do it?
Which, sorry?
Is it the first team to make the playoffs?
No, NIP just did it.
Oh, you're right. We even casted that.
Yeah, we did.
We were a bit distracted.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think we even mentioned that.
I did a few times.
Did you?
It's
okay.
I know you don't listen to me. I don't listen to you either. It's like a married couple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically.
Staying together because of the kids?
Yeah. Damn kids. Burn a hole in the wallet and a hole in my heart.
Here we go then. Okay.
Yeah.
Big round. Let's concentrate. Famises, UMPs to defend. And the first shot's good from Hayes, but not good enough. Only gets 1 kill from it. Ali strikes back. Will be a execution here. Smokes go in. Molotov towards danger hole as well. And the flashbangs, this might be the fake, you know. It's pulled all the rotations over towards A. Mixwell's there with the AWP as well. Just 1 player waiting in B. That's Nafly. And they will indeed be heading towards B. Twister going first. A great entry fragger. Can he find the first shot? Indeed he can. That's a lovely one as well. 4 on 3 now. Up against the ropes. OpTic.
Shot twist as well. Tarek goes down. This should be it. 2 players left. Smoked off. Bomb to be planted. And a rotation through tunnels at this point in time when your teammate's already at connector. I'm not really sure that's justified for Rush.
He's got to wait for so long now, hasn't he?
Mixwell can't do anything. I think you save.
Well, might be an option. Oh, that's it now, definitely. Mixwell, after only having 8 frags in this entire map, probably not going to win a 4v1 with the AWPM to use the bomb. There's a good shot, but that's all we get. The final scoreline does come in. It's 16-6 in favour of Team Liquid. The second team to make it to the playoff. Good job by them. 3-0. Who would have thought after the mess that was the major qualifier for them, looking much better here today. And this tournament could be promising for them. Just concentrate on Cologne. That's what they said in the interview. Can't go to the major, of course, but this is looking good now.
And they were gutted. Let's not forget, they were extremely close to the major. The closest of anyone who didn't make it. I think it was, what, 3 overtimes against Flipside that kept them out of it. So, yeah, absolutely. It was hard for them to swallow that, but they came focused and determined to do better here, and they're so far doing exactly that. So, well done, Liquid. They'll join NIP in the playoffs. We'll take a break and join the desk after this.
The Pay Safeguard post-match breakdown.
We are back in business for one final discussion surrounding our final game of the day. North America are in the Lanxess Arena. Playoff spot secured for them and none other than the Ninjas in Pajamas. And a Pajama Ninja stands alongside us. Yes, indeed. Freiburg is joining us alongside Wei and Ken. We'll be talking all about this one. My name is Machine. So let's talk a little bit about this one, Yenko. Step in the right direction as Liquid get a convincing win. Now, OpTic, up until this point, were unscathed. This time, however, we got to see, I mean, it's a battle for North America, right? Cloud9 lower, these two battling for the third. Liquid on their way to being the best team in North America.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say. I think the brand of Counter-Strike that they play is, you know, very fundamentally strong.
Yeah.
You can see how they're always trying to make plays. They're not really passive. They don't allow their opponents to just take over the game. And this makes you wonder a little bit whether OpTic was just on a very hot streak yesterday because both their wins came in the same day. Because today they didn't really look like the same team, and Liquid was just in control of the game completely.
And here's a weird one for you. The stats were running along before. Stan has ended this tournament, or rather this game, with 120 ADR. Freiburg, you were looking at the stats.
Yeah.
Is he still the front runner for the entire tournament, or is he close?
Before these stats, he was tied with Forest.
Okay.
I'm guessing after this game, it's going to be even higher, right?
120 ADR, 16-5 result. And it's Stanislaw, who, of course, not only playing against his old team, but this is also the guy who's supposed to be leading the team, not necessarily fragging for the team.
No, he's been playing great. I just saw that round where he is like walking out A long. And just the perfect timing. I mean, you can just have tournaments like that. And I'm super impressed by his way of both leading the team and fragging at the same time.
Also the Eagle round, like the eco pretty much that they won early on in the game, that meant a lot because it allowed them to get control of the economy. And Stanislaw is actually known, you know, in interviews he would say, I think some in-game leaders put too much or not enough emphasis on their individual play. Like they focus too much on the team. I don't want to be a liability for my team. That was like even last year while he was still in OpTic. So he is known to have every now and then performances where he can even top frag, but he usually is able to at least carry his own weight.
He certainly did manage it here on Cbble. A spectacular game. Once again, we do find that question of Liquid, so hit and so miss, and this was a very clear hit. 16-5 as well, just 21 rounds of play, and Liquid are going to see that crowd. They've done it once, they've done it again this time.
No strangers.
Yeah,
Yep.
Fantastic. No strangers too, especially ESL One Cologne. No Ukrainian on the roster as well, so they're going to be feeling good about that one. And we're going to be feeling good about checking in with what's up.
Feeling good about no Ukrainian on the roster?
I mean, you know what? The amount of times I'm sure they got tweets saying, you did it because of Simple. And
that's a better way to put it, Alex. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think there was a lot of emphasis around Simple, and this Liquid lineup, I really feel like if everything, you know, goes right for them, if they don't get some internal issues or anything like that on paper, it looks great.
Yeah.
They have everything going for them, and in time, I really feel like this could be the first North American team in a very long time, if you don't count OpTic for that short span of time, that could be a in continuity could be a contender at the international scene.
Yeah, I mean, I think adding into that, I think the more tournaments they go to, Twists will be even more experienced. I mean, even looking now, it looks like he feels confident playing, being comfortable and everything. So the more tournaments, the longer this lineup stays together. I'm expecting the big things from this Liquid lineup.
Big things from their heavy hitters at the moment, though. Stan taking the brunt of the work for us. 120 ADR is a number we'll remember, as I'm sure he will, as he gets to go ahead and just relax for a day before getting into that arena. 3-0. Liquid join NIP in the Untarnished Record Club. Just the two of them for now. And our day is done. So is Stunners. Now, he's been on at the MMC Arena, which is where the players are playing for the group stage. And we're going to go ahead and check in with him to see what his vibes have been as he's been sitting there watching the games firsthand. Let's check in with Stunner before we continue.
All right, guys, that does it for day 2 here at the MMC. ESL One Cologne group stage is coming to a close right now, and I do believe that some teams are well off. Some teams are hurting, though. We're going to look at some of these right now. Virtus Pro going home 0-3, really a big shocker here. I think everyone was expecting them to play in the Lanxess Arena. They're falling earlier to Heroic 16-9. With that being said, they're accompanied by Tyloo, also out 0-3. Moving forward, though, we do have Cloud9, North, and Immortals sitting at a 1-2 record, looking to defend that later on tomorrow, where we will see them pick up some more matches and try to find their way to that big stage at the Lanxess Arena. Now, SK, FaZe, and G2 sitting at a 2-1 record. Definitely setting in a good spot to move forward and find themselves on the big stage. But I can tell you how you're all wrong if you don't head over to shop.eslgaming.com and pick up your favorite apparel for your favorite teams. You might even find some jerseys over there, maybe even a Cloud9 nothing jersey or something like that. He's lingering around here somewhere. Anyway, that does it for us here at the MMC for the day. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see more from him tomorrow. We're going to be wrapping up very shortly ourselves. First things first, though, the results. If you've just joined us, don't worry. You can catch all the action over on the VOD system on this very platform. We'll head over to YouTube as well, ESL CS. But let's have a quick recap. Boys, cast your eyes down that list. I don't want to go through each one individually just because some of them less notable than others. The first on the list, however, does not fall in that category, Yanko. Virtus.pro eliminated from ESL One Cologne. It was a while ago, but can you recall anything particular about Heroic doing it again, taking playoffs from VP?
I mean, it seemed like Heroic is the bane of VP's existence lately, right? The same thing happened at IEM Katowice, that decider game on Nuke, where Heroic managed to eke out a win, and which put them in the semifinals straight and knocked VP out. So for Virtus.pro, obviously a big disappointment. Everyone would like to see them in the Lanxess Arena, but this is the third consecutive tournament where they can't make it out of group stages. Now, we all know at the majors, VP always, except for the first tournament they attended, first major, would always make the playoffs and play on the stage. And they are known to be a team who likes to have a tournament before the major. They like to get into that groove of competing again. Yeah. So the only thing we can hope for is that in Krakow they will show us, you know, a different face, and that we will see them at the big stage and honestly performing at the level we know they can play.
It's going to be a big question mark for now. They don't get that warm-up game before heading over to a very home crowd for Krakow. Outside of that, though, Adam, as we look at the second set of the results, is there one that kind of stands out to you in particular of not necessarily surprising, good Counter-Strike, or any reason?
I think Fnatic put up a good fight against FaZe. Two teams which I kind of expect to play close, similar play styles, I think.
Yeah.
But otherwise than that, I think NIP played great. Of course, I have to mention NIP, you know. They played great, and I'm impressed by all of them, especially Forest. He's really stepping up this tournament, and we see the vintage Forest.
Yeah, I mean, the standings will tell the whole story about NIP and their journey so far. 2 days, and look at that. The Swedes, top of the table alongside Liquid. Two teams that not necessarily anyone would have had at the tip of the tongue when asked who is going to be taking the first couple of spots. But they've done it, and done it in a convincing fashion that we'll be able to shed more light on as the days and the weeks do progress. Weeks? Definitely not that long. SK, though, and Na'Vi did get their second win after a trip and a stumble in day one. You can see there exactly how things did shape up. G2 and FaZe, so the big three we talked about, despite conceding one each, are back on track, right? 2-1, yep. Adam, and I guess you yourself can acknowledge even the best have off days, off games.
Exactly, especially when it's best of ones as well. Coming into a tournament like this, teams that are like unfavored to win a match probably gonna prepare more, play more tactical, and give every like top tier team a very tough game.
And top tier teams perhaps can be seen here in the lower side of things. You saw there Heroic, Space Soldiers, Fnatic, all of which have no margin for error now. We get to see, do the Turks continue to cause some degree of surprise, or will that one result just be a blip on the radar of SK? Lots of questions coming into tomorrow, Yanko.
Absolutely, and you know, it is kind of unfortunate if Space Soldiers don't show us a bit more.
I want more.
Because it ends up they beat SK, and that pitted SK against VP caused VP to go 0-2, right? So an unfortunate series of events, but I think definitely they can get at least another win. They've shown to be a very strong team. I don't know if maybe that strong result against SK surprised them too much. Maybe they got a little bit comfortable in their following games. They were unfortunate to draw Na'Vi today. Could have gotten some easier matchups, so definitely still things we can see from Space Soldiers.
Yeah, and of course, you know, when we talk about wanting that win, there's no one really more hungry than Dennis. You saw his tweet. We can actually recap our match of the day. The one we've selected as we do take a look at some of the highlights was Mouse versus NIP. You've already pulled on that thread, Adam, but I'm going to really give it a yank now because NIP, yes, it's cash, but let's leave that asterisk for now. What are we learning about the Swedes here? They do seem to be, you described them as a looser, more kind of relaxed style, especially on that attacking side.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the T sides, even though they, I mean, this round is amazing from Forest. But I mean, just like the T sides, I did not expect them to play like this. They of course have the firepower enough to play like they are right now, which is a lot like pick heavy, playing more on their standards, and then like just going as a group and attacking a bomb site very simply. Threat is mostly a leader who likes to play more of the old, I should say, like the old Na'Vi way of playing with Zeus. I'm coming back to that all the time, but that's kind of like how Threat approaches the game. But I think they're playing right now. I mean, no one can complain, right?
It does feel like you know, they're going with the why complicated when we can do it simple, right? Until someone stops them at this style, there's no reason for them to switch to anything else. So maybe in the playoffs when they face off against tougher opposition and, you know, Forest can't just go out mid and get three kills, that's when they perhaps will feel the need to adapt and go for a more strat-heavy playstyle. And
it's funny you should mention doing it simple, because if we bring up tomorrow's schedule, Mouse will have to do simple if they want to get that win. Na'Vi stand against Mouse Sports. You saw his tweet. Please let us get to Lanxess, they say, and I hear the noises. I'm just gonna zip my lip. The schedule.
You hate to see it for Space Soldiers. Out of all the teams, after they got Na'Vi in the previous round, now they have to play against Fnatic in an elimination game. But to be honest, Fnatic hasn't been very impressive so far in this tournament, and just lately in the past couple of weeks or so. So it's not impossible for Space Soldiers to, you know, knock them out here.
That would be a big blow for Fnatic, and I mean Space Soldiers as well. We're hungry for that upset. Anything else that really jumps off the page here, Adam? I mean,
I think the Danish Derby definitely. Heroic against North is going to be one hell of a game. I mean, as we said, Heroic is currently maybe number 3 in Denmark, but you know, whenever it's domestic CS, it's always going to be like, you know, super close games. Every time I play against Fnatic or another Swedish team, I know how it is. Like, it's always like battling against your kind of rivals, right?
And I'd like to think there's some Swedish/Danish trash talk as well, a little bit exchanged, just for some giggles. Outside of that, though, yep, there it is. Big dogs are going to be in the pit, in the ring together. SKG2 in a best of 1. Set the date, set the time in your calendar. You won't want to miss that one. That's going to be explosive. And the winner gets to Lanxess. Bring your popcorn, absolutely. Yanko, I know you're making noises about that one.
I mean, a very exciting matchup for sure. You know, you have 2 of the top 4 teams in the world, without a doubt. So much skill and individual skill and firepower on both of those teams. We've been talking about toppers, how they seem to have stepped it up in this tournament, and Kenny's against Fallen, there are only a few op duels that can be as exciting.
And exciting is the word for tomorrow. From myself, from Yanko, from Adam, we say our goodbyes. But ESL One Cologne will be a full week-long adventure. If you're not joining us here in the Lanxess, thank you so much for joining us online. And tomorrow, it kicks off all over again. More teams eliminated, more locked in for the playoffs. You won't want to miss it. 11:30 CEST. Join us as ESL One continues tomorrow.